take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. It's time!
It's Sunday, July 17th, 2022. This is the Church of MMA podcast. My name is Tabor Cragen.
My name is Mason Knight. This is episode 129, Ortega versus Rodriguez recap. After that, we jump to some MMA news, and then we talk about the UFC London preview show. But before we do all that, Tabor, where do we begin?
Social media accounts, Mason, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at the Church of MMA. Guys, if you aren't following us already, make sure you go and do it. We are posting funny memes, trying to make you guys laugh. Hit us up there. We also have a Patreon, $5 a month, gives you exclusive content. Do you guys mind if we do one tonight? You care? We got time?
Yeah, if we have time, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. $5 a month, exclusive content, guys. A second service, audio-only podcast. We also record them sometimes and throw them up on private YouTube videos only Patreon subscribers can watch. You guys want to join the Church Coin competition? $10 a month gets you into that competition. Also gives you a 10% discount on Teespring Church merch. $15 a month gives you 20% discount on that merch and everything as said before. Guys, go get yourself a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a face mask, a mug, lots of different things over there, a lot of different designs, and they're all interchangeable, and all that money goes straight back into the show. Teron Brown, what is up, my guy? He's already here. He says, what up, fellas? Shout out to you, my guy. Also, join the YouTube membership, guys. $3 a month gives you badges by your names. You get a special color for your name in the chat, and you also get emojis of our beautiful faces. So if you want exclusive emojis, go ahead and join the membership. And if you haven't already, subscribe down below and smash that like button. Fun little fight opinion last night.
Yeah, it was a good time. We had my cousin Brandon on. I've been trying to get him on a fight companion for like a year, so it was cool to actually have him on. Great night of fights as well. A lot of finishes.
Teron said yesterday's card was garbage. That's what he just said in the chat.
Wow.
I don't know about garbage, man. I think it was just very anticlimactic in that main event. I mean, overall, I thought the card was pretty good, and then you just had that main event. You're like, man, fuck.
Yeah, literally outside of the main event, I mean, every single fight on the main event was almost a finish.
I mean, yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah. I mean, the co-main, Xinglang, Matt Schnell. I mean, that Matt Schnell, Asumadarji fight was absolutely wild.
That was absolutely incredible. I mean, then you had the Jourdain and Burgos fight, and you're like, that's fight of the night.
Yeah.
And the Matt Schnell fight happens. You're like, never mind, that's fight of the night. Back to back. Yeah, I thought it was a great card last night. It's just it ended in a weird way last night. And let's just go into it right away. How about we start at the top? Main event of the evening. Brian Ortega versus Yair Rodriguez. Just, I don't know how else to say it other than anticlimactic. Like,
yeah, it was absolutely a bummer, and it happened so early in the fight that it's just like, okay. I mean, you kind of feel like as a fan you got robbed because this was a highly anticipated matchup in this featherweight division with huge implications.
Yeah.
And, no fighter's fault. Like, it is what it is. It happens in this sport. It is a gruesome sport, and sometimes, those sort of injuries occur, but it just sucks. It sucks for the fans, sucks for the fighters, sucks for the organization. But at the end of the day,
it is what it is.
What can we do?
Yeah, I mean, it did suck. I echo everything you just said. You're absolutely right. It's just, I guess, disappointment because, like, what do we do now? Like, because I don't want to give Yair a title shot off of something like that, and that's kind of what he's calling for now. Well, Brian Ortega says he's down for the rematch. Like,
You know who this actually ends up helping the best? And that's Josh Emmett.
Ooh, yeah.
Because not only did Brian Ortega ask, to do this right, let's try to make this fight happen again. Yair agreed because they're friends, right? So they want to redo this matchup, and you could see that in the next 5 or 6 months. That opens the door brilliantly and perfectly for Josh Emmett to slide in on there and get a title shot against Alexander Volkanovski. I think realistically that's probably what's going to happen. I think Josh Emmett deserves one. I don't think he beats Volk. I think he's an awesome fighter. But there have been so many times in his career that people have counted Josh Emmett out, but he just keeps on keeping on. So who knows? But I definitely think Josh Emmett's got the next shot based on this fight.
NW just dropped in the chat. Dana said the press conference, he likes the idea of Yair versus Emmett for interim. He said Volk is having a surgery and he wants to go for a 155 title fight. I'm glad we got all that. This was brought up because that's what I was going to say. We all know Volk wants to go to 155. I think he should do Yair Emmett for an interim. Yeah. In the meantime, why not? Yair is going to be healthy off of that. He took literally 0 damage. I think he was winning the fight. I mean, the fight only lasted, 4 minutes? And in those 4 minutes, he was winning a lot of those exchanges. I thought he had Ortega hurt multiple times. Ortega tried getting it down to the ground. Yair had that beautiful transition there. And then Ortega's shoulder just pops. I mean, neither man really took damage. So, I mean, Ortega's going to need time to heal that shoulder. Yair versus Emmett, I actually really like the idea of that.
Yeah, I think realistically that's probably the route that they'll go because of Volk's thumb injury. That's another good thing. And I did watch that post-fight conference. Dana was getting a little testy during that post-fight conference whenever Nate Diaz was brought up or Jake Paul. He wanted nothing to do when talking about either one of those guys. The Nate Diaz, he was furious, but it is what it is there. Yeah, I don't know. I like that matchup, Yair versus Josh for the interim belt. Give Volk some time to heal. So if we give Volk time to heal, does that mean he takes on the winner of Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev?
Yes.
So what do we do with like a guy like Beneil Dariush? Just
maybe he's got to take a fight. Yeah, I guess
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Beneil, you should have fucking taken that fight, bro.
Yeah, he broke his ankle.
Should have taken that
he broke his ankle.
fight.
It's not his fault.
It is what it is. I don't know. I think he's gonna have to fight. He's gonna have to. I mean, he's gonna have to fight Justin Gaethje. He's gonna have to fight Dustin Poirier. It's gonna be something like that, dude.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, is there another lightweight? I mean, maybe Fiziev. Maybe he fights Fiziev for a number one contender.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It'd be a lot of fun. I think throwing the Volk into the 155 is going to throw a huge wrench into this already backed up fucking diva division.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in see what happens because I think Volk matches up very well with a lot of those guys. And you can't tell me Volk versus Islam or Volk versus Oliveira isn't going to sell 500,000 paper, maybe 500,000. I don't know, maybe 350,000, but it gets me excited at least. It's going to really hype up a lot of people. Big fight announced for October, UFC 280. Yeah, we know. We're going to talk about that in UFC MMA news. But I like Yair versus Emmett. What do we do with Ortega? Like, as much as I'd like to say it's an illegitimate loss, I mean, legitimately, Yair had the hold of his arm, and then he yanked up and it pulled out of its socket. So, I mean, that's a legitimate loss, in my opinion. What do we do? Do we have to punish him and push him down so much? Where does he have to fight an Arnold Allen? Does he have to fight someone like that?
So that's exactly where I was going to go with that. Okay. It's got to be Arnold Allen. This guy deserves a top contender fight. Brian Ortega is that guy. As soon as he heals up, he is that guy. If they go the route of Josh Emmett, Yair Rodriguez for an interim featherweight belt, while Alexander Volkanovski is getting healthy. However, if that is not the case, then I would like to see this rematch play out. I would like to see the winner of this fight because Yair was looking good. He was landing those shots against Brian. Brian was, doing his best to combat some of that. We actually saw him use some clinch work, which was a little surprising, and actually go for a takedown. Typically, he'll just jump for those submissions. So it was a little bit different game plan from Brian Ortega as well, and I really would have liked to see that develop. So if we can remake this fight, that's the fight I want to make. But if not, then, Emmett, Yair for the interim belt, and then I think Arnold Allen versus Brian Ortega. Arnold Allen versus Brian Ortega or Max Holloway, either or.
I don't want to see Max Holloway, Brian Ortega again, to be honest. I mean, it is what it is. I think Max needs to move up 155 too. But then Volk's moving up, so I mean, what's he going to do? It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough out there for Max Holloway right now.
It is what it is.
So I'm going to look at these chats real quick. Islam will dominate Volkanovski. Charles will beat him too. I don't know about that one. NW says Dariush Fiziev, Chandler Poirier, Gaethje RDA solved. I like that. I like that a lot. Teron Brown, Volkanovski, and Chandler would be good too. Yeah, I think Volkanovski he just immediately gets a title shot, so it is what it is. Okay, solved. Let's bring it back to the main event. Yair Rodriguez, Emmett, solved. Brian Ortega, Arnold Allen. You heard it here first, guys. If it happens, it happens. Next month's news today here on the Church of MMA. Let's get into church coin picks. I had 0 church coin on this. No, I had 2,000 on Ortega. Unfortunately, and a 500 on Ortega sub. I had a really bad week, and you guys are gonna go along this pain with me here really quickly.
Yeah, I put a 1,600 on Ortega, lost that with my prop bet this week being an Ortega sub, 500 on that, so lost both those bets.
Okay, let's move on to the co-main event of the evening.
Michelle Cosmo's picks.
Oh, Cosmo, you're right.
Cosmo had Rodriguez for
Yes,
1,000 church coin, got a return of 1,350 church coin. His prop was Ortega sub by 500, and ended up losing that bet.
Shout out to Cosmo for being the only one this week to actually gain church coin.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations, my guy. Congratulations. It was not a very good week for us. Michelle Waterson, Amanda Lemos, the second round guillotine. This was a battle of kicks, especially in that first round. Both these girls were just kicking as fast as possible. And I can't help but bring this up. Michelle Waterson, with all due respect, her kicks are faster than her hands. And I don't think she's going to win a fight until she can figure out the hands better than the kicks. She's just getting outboxed in almost all of these matchups, man. She's getting outboxed, and then Lemos just took her down and dominated there too.
Yeah, I think a lot of that deals with, and I'm not making excuses, but it is what it is. You know, I think a lot of that deals with her size. And Lemos just looks so much bigger than her in that octagon. And, you know, even 10 pounds, like, makes a huge difference in these weight classes, especially for women. I don't know. I just think she's too small. I really do wish we kind of had an atom weight division in the UFC. I mean, if we could fill it, because
Laura Senko said she'd fight if they had atom weight.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things, but
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
As far as the Amanda Lemos, so I mean, she went out there and did exactly what I thought she was going to do. You know, and I do agree with you. I think the Karate Hottie looks good. I think her kicks worked pretty well. But the problem is Amanda Lemos cracks, and when she lands. And she just looked better, you know, all the way around, and then got that guillotine choke. We got to talk about the choke, though, because a little controversial.
Yes.
Not for the side of was there a tap or wasn't there a tap. There was clearly a tap. However, on what Amanda Lemos did, luckily Michelle Waterson is a good person and a good fighter and not a cheater. And when she tapped and then Amanda Lemos let go without the ref pulling her off, very, very dangerous situation for Lemos, because if the ref didn't see it and then Michelle kept fighting, she might have got away with a tap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, all she had to do was just go, nope, I never tapped, and just keep fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And they would have never called that fight. So for Lemos to let go of that is just, it's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, unless there was a huge, unless they were able to go back to the replay and actually watch that tap, it was very interesting, though. But nonetheless, Lemos gets it done with a guillotine choke, and it was a great performance. Great performance by her. Did exactly what she needed to do. So the biggest question is next. What is next for Amanda Lemos? You know, she's back on the win column. So what do we do with her?
Yan Xiaonan's fighting Mackenzie Dern. Zhang Wei Li, who's probably getting the title shot. Rose Namajunas is out of there. Like, those girls, Marina Rodriguez isn't going to take that fight. So really it leaves like everyone below Jessica Andrade, which is Nunes, Torres, Amanda Ribas. That's it right there.
Yeah, it's a good fight.
That's a great one. Or Tisha Torres. You know, I think Tisha Torres is a good smoke in that fight. No offense to her.
I feel like Amanda Ribas had a fight, though. Wasn't she supposed to fight Nina Nunez?
I think so.
And then that fight
Nina
got canceled.
pulled out.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if Nina can't fight, you know, take that fight, then yeah, definitely do that one. I like that matchup.
Angela Hill.
Yeah, I mean, you could do Hill. You could do Hill.
Lemos is in a tough spot. She's a top girl in this division, and it's going to be hard to get a lot of these girls ahead of her to say yes. Because if I was a Ribas, if I was Nunes, if I was Tisha Torres, I wouldn't want to take that fight because it's a very dangerous matchup for someone who's a lot lower ranked than you. Yeah. So it is what it is. Very excited to see what happens here. Let's go into Church Coin. I think we both saw the writing on the wall with this fight. We both thought Lemos was going to get it done. She was a big, massive favorite at minus 400. So I put 200,000 Church Coin on 200,000. Yeah, 200,000 Church Coin. 2,000 Church Coin on Lemos to give me 500 Church Coin return.
Yeah, I actually shrunk my bet a little bit. I did put 4,000 on Lemos, but before the fight, I reduced my bet to 1,000 Church Coin. Got a return of 250 Church Coin.
Played yourself there, huh?
Yeah.
You know, it just wasn't worth the risk at that point. I had hit on a few of my bets, and I was like, okay, I'm doing decent today. Why risk it?
Let's move on to the next fight. Li Xinglang And Muslim Solikov, Li Xinglang with the second round TKO victory over Muslim Solikov.
Yeah, people were sleeping on Xinglang, but this guy cracks, man. He's got hands. We've seen it time and time again in his fights. This guy can hit you, and when he hits you, man, your lights can go out. He did get ragdolled against Khamzat Chimaev, and he got submitted in the first round or cracked and beaten to a pulp in the first round. Sure, okay, that's fine, but most people do with Khamzat.
All right, man, maybe you can skip that. You could just say he lost. You don't have to do that to him, man.
He got bloodied. He got bruised.
Yeah, he got
poked in the
completely
eye.
demolished. Yeah, he's not as good as Hamza. Yeah, but that's what happened. It's like you could just say he lost.
Okay, but
Fine. I mean, that is what happened.
But I'm literally,
it's
literally
what happened.
commenting on what people thought in the MMA community. I'm literally actually praising Xinglang. But anyway, everyone counted this guy out. Like everyone forgot because he had one loss against Khamzat Chimaev. But this guy cracks, man. He's a real deal. And he went out there and got it done in the second round.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's just one of those guys you can't miss with the leech because if you do, you're going to get cracked. And that's exactly what happened multiple times. Shout out to Muslims for holding up for that first one because the first time he got wobbled, that would have flatlined a lot of other welterweights. And then Lee was just smart enough to not blow his load, but go in there and went calculated and got the finish. Very interesting. Shout out to Lee's ground defense too because, a lot of people thought Muslim Solikov was just going to go in there and ragdoll him once again because Muslim's got fantastic wrestling, but the Leech has definitely been working on his takedown defense because it definitely showed out last night.
Well, yeah, and when he was on his back in the first round, I thought that was going to be an issue for him because I think Muslim had about a minute and a half, 2 minutes to work, and I was like, this is not good news for Xinglang. But he ended up defending fine, and then that second round just caught him.
Yeah, that's all it takes. So let's get into Church Coin picks. Or what do we do with Leech next, actually? Let's talk about that. He's still ranked, right, in this division? He should be.
Yeah, he definitely should
be. And Muslim Solikov, I think he actually got moved down because last time I saw Li Xinglang was 14, and I thought he was 12 or something like that coming into this fight. But it is what it is there. What do we do with him? I kind of like Kiesa.
Yep. That's exactly the name I was thinking as well. Kiesa's on a bit of a skid here. That's definitely the name that shows to me the most. Xinglang versus Michael Kiesa, which, damn, that's a tough matchup for Kiesa, I got to be honest.
Oh, it's a super tough matchup. You're not going to give Xinglang Shavkat, right, or Rachmanov or...
No, I think Rachmanov needs someone higher. I think he's got to fight a guy above him.
So I think you got Neil Magny and you got Kiesa. Oh, wait, no, he already beat Magny, or Magny beat him.
Yeah.
Don't do that one. So, yeah. Kiesa's the name. Let's do it. Or Pereira. Why the fuck not?
Michelle.
Dude,
Michelle
that'd be
finally hit that top 15.
That would be entertaining. Seeing Michelle fucking against the Leech. Why not? Someone might go to sleep. Michelle does a couple of backflips. Let's get it to happen with UFC. You heard it here first. Let's get into Church Coin picks. I had Solikov 1,000 Church Coin.
Yeah, I had Xinglang for 1,000 Church Coin. Hit that on a plus 150. Got a return of 1,500.
All right, we have Matt Schnell versus Asumadarji. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Asumadarji versus Matt Schnell. Holy shit, this was definitely fight of the night. This was absolutely bonkers insane. We were yelling the entire time during this fight. And not only that, but, for Matt Schnell to get caught by Asumadarji so many times. Thank you, Devin. So many times. And so many times I thought he was going out for sure, that Asumadarji was going to finish this fight. And for Matt Schnell to just come back and get the submission, oh my God, that's just wild, man. What a crazy exchange on the ground as well. There were multiple times where I was like, damn, he's not going to get that triangle choke. Nope, maybe an arm bar, maybe a triangle choke, maybe a head and arm. It was just
I thought he was in
crazy.
a bad position there with the triangle.
Yeah.
I was like, he's not going to finish that. It doesn't look like it's going to be tight enough. It's too low on his chest. And then you just see Sumadarji's just gone. You're like, oh, shit, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm obviously stupid. So
crazy.
It was absolutely insane. I don't think a lot of people saw that happening. Some of those exchanges on the ground were absolutely incredible. And for Matt Schnell to get a triangle submission, absolutely crazy. You really do not see a whole lot of triangles nowadays in the UFC. It is so hard to land those, and they're so difficult to really sink in deep. So shout out to Matt Schnell. That was absolutely gorgeous.
I feel like we see a lot of attempts.
But
more than anything, but yeah, not a lot of people get those. So
yeah, very difficult.
No,
very
did
difficult.
you guys think he was out?
I didn't think he was.
I didn't think he was out. I thought he was still fighting it. I figured he was gonna tap. It did not look like he went out. So shout out to the ref.
And then the ref saw it before any of us did. So I was like, whoa, they're stopping it. And then no, the guy was done. Yeah,
thank God the ref saw it because I didn't see it either. I didn't know he was out, and he was out cold. I mean, he was taking a nap on his leg. So crazy.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Matt Schnell, shout out. There should be a number by his name very soon. It's very easy to move up in this flyweight division. So give him a top 15 matchup. Fuck it. Why not? You know, win an entertaining fight like that. Why not? Or
I believe Asumadarji was 11.
Was 11? Perfect. Yeah. And there you go. I mean, who do we do then next? I mean, if Matt Schnell isn't ranked, right?
Oh, correct? He was 12. Excuse me. 12. Matt Schnell was 8 in this division.
Oh, shit.
So, no, I think Matt Schnell needs a top 5 after that.
Absolutely.
The problem is, I think we're the least familiar with the flyweight division on this channel, and that's just because it's really hard to get name recognition.
Brandon Royval or Pantoja. I'm fine with either of those. Pantoja would be electric. Brandon Royval would be an absolute firefight. Yeah. Do one of those. I put 500 church coin on Schnell at a plus 200. Gave me 1,000 church coin back.
Yeah, I also put 500 on Schnell, return for 1,000.
All right. Shane Burgos, Charles Jourdain, an absolute beautiful fight. One judge had it a draw on the scorecard, 28-28. I mean, was that because the third round was just so dominant by Charles Jourdain that they gave him a 10-8 in that round? Or
I do believe that because that's what we were talking about in the fight companion, man. I mean, you know, we were taking a look at that, and Jourdain had landed, I think, 89 or 90 significant strikes to Shane Burgos' 20. And not only that, but Shane was not doing anything in that third round. I mean, that round was severely Jourdain's round. And, you know, we were questioning, is this a 10-8 round? Well, I think one judge said, yeah, it is a 10-8 round. You know, I had Burgos 1 and 2. But that second round, I would have been totally okay if all 3 judges gave that a 10-8. We got a draw here. But we did get a majority decision here. Shane Burgos did win on 2 judges' scorecards. But, man, it only took one more judge to give him a draw there, a 10-8. And it could have been a lot more interesting.
That first round was really close. But I did edge it out to Shane Burgos. I did think he won the second as well. So I'm not angry with this decision in the slightest. I did think Jourdain was going to do what he did in the third, the whole fight. I mean, what do you think it was that made him wait so long? Did Burgos kind of gas out in the third, which gave Jourdain the edge, or was it Jourdain just finally put some of the pieces together there in the third? It's very interesting.
Yeah, I definitely think it was just, you know, a combination of Burgos gassing and Jourdain knowing he needed a finish. I think he started to get more comfortable in the octagon as the fight went on. But, you know, it is what it is. It was a great fight. I mean, this was an awesome fight. And to get this fight, then to get the Schnell fight, then to get the Xinglang fight, I mean, damn, we got spoiled on this card. The main card was terrific.
Absolutely. Shane Burgos. Now, I mean, that was a very difficult matchup against Charles Jourdain.
Yeah, close fight, too.
It was very close to the top 15, I believe. I don't think Shane Burgos is ranked right now, is he? I don't believe he is. Let me look. Oh, he is 14.
Yeah, he's 14.
I mean, what do we do with him then? Tapora? Why the fuck not? No, Tapora moved up to lightweight. You got Sadiq Yusuf, Dan Ige.
I believe Sadiq Yusuf has got a fight.
I like Ige. I'm not going to lie. I really like the Ige fight for Shane Burgos. I think that'd be electric, and I'd love to see what Ige can do there. Can he avoid the dangerous punches? Can he maybe take Burgos down and dominate there on the ground? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Giga Chikadze as well screams out to me as a kickboxing matchup for the ages.
Yeah, it's kind of a problem now for Ige, though. He definitely needs a win. He's lost a few in a row, at least 3 in a row. I can think of Korean Zombie, Josh Emmett, and then Evilov.
Did he get 50K in either of those fights, or
I don't believe so. We're gonna have to take that nickname away.
I see.
It's kind of rough. I don't know if I want Dan Ige because, man, he definitely needs to get in the win column here.
Give him an unranked guy then?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, Giga Chikadze it is. Shane Burgos, Giga Chikadze, sign me the fuck up. Co-main event at any fight night in the entire world.
Yeah. Give me Giga in that fight, though.
Probably, yeah, me too.
Is he going to change his nickname to Chad? I really think he should.
What is that?
What does
Giga
that Chad?
Mean? Giga Chad. What is a Giga Chad?
You serious right now?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
I guess a Giga Chad would be like
the opposite of me and you.
Colby Covington, I guess.
Yeah, I guess Colby would probably be Giga. Yeah. Francis.
Oh, like, Francis is for
definitely
sure
Giga Chad. Like just like 7 foot, jacked behemoth that gets any pussy.
Is it like an anime? Is it an anime term?
No.
Oh,
guys, explain Giga Chad down in the chats because we're kind of failing on this. Think about like the guy that could do anything. Is rich, beautiful, ripped, gets all the chicks. That Giga Chad, like the man everyone wants to be.
What you will be soon.
Oh, thank you.
When you get ripped and money and more wives or something, whatever you're into.
You got 7 wives.
Whatever. Hey man, whatever you're into.
Wives. Here's the thing, man. 1 wife is enough. Let me tell you.
It's like, how can you please another person?
I don't need 5
I gotta
wives.
please a husband, a wife. Here's what's going on.
You know, it's funny. We do watch the Polygamous show, and I'm thinking, dude, how does this guy?
Big Love?
I don't know. How does this guy manage as many wives? I couldn't do it.
NRE, that new relationship energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, let's move on to church coin picks. I took Jourdain 1000 church coin, did not work out for me.
I put 1900 on Burgos here. Again, close win, but got a return at a minus 190 of 1000 church coin.
Okay, opening fight of the main card, Lauren Murphy, Miesha Tate. I'm going to tell you this right now. I did not see this happening. I was completely shocked and utterly just a little bit disappointed in Tate's performance. But I mean, I can't be disappointed because Lauren Murphy did absolutely everything right in that matchup. She did everything she needed to do to win. She kept the fight up on the feet. She's looking fast as fuck. Her hands were significantly faster than Tate's.
Yeah.
Her takedown defense was incredible. I don't believe Tate got... How many times did Miesha Tate get her down? I think like once the whole fight.
Or twice,
Maybe.
I think.
Yeah, it's like... Lauren Murphy did everything she needed to do, and she looked fantastic doing it. I think there's the hype of Miesha Tate moving down to 125. It blindsided a lot of people into thinking that Murphy had no chance, and we all saw that Murphy was the better fighter on the night. I mean, that was a pretty easy decision, 30-27 right there. I think it was 30-27 on 2 of the 3 judges' scorecard.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Lauren Murphy looked absolutely phenomenal in this matchup, man. Did exactly what she wanted to do, implemented her plan to perfection. Mm-hmm. I was a little blown away, though, with how fast, as you said, her hands were. It was crazy. I mean, I felt like Miesha was a lot slower than Lauren Murphy. And, you know, Murphy's a little bit older now. I think she's like 38, 39, a few years away from retirement. It was a great performance by her. She absolutely dominated this matchup. This is Tate's first fight, moving down to flyweight, so maybe it'll take some time for her to kind of develop and get used to this division. But she might have to work on her speed a little bit because Lauren Murphy had that clear advantage. Pieced her up, man. I mean, and this was a really, really good win for Lauren Murphy and a huge risk. Yes, I understand. God. Miesha Tate is a big name. She's a huge name, and I get taking the fight, but let's keep in mind, Lauren Murphy was number 3 in the world, and Miesha Tate was unranked in this flyweight division. This was a huge risk to take, and she absolutely showed out and showed the world why she's still top 3 caliber.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The boxing was incredible. The dirty boxing was incredible. The knees and the clinch were incredible. The 1-2s were incredible. The straights were amazing. She really just outclassed Tate there. Yeah. And Tate really, I think Tate's going to have to work on a lot of things. I think Tate's going to really have to step back and go, what am I doing this for? I have 2 beautiful children. I have a shit ton of money. I can go right back to my old job being the essentially the top American person in ONE FC. I believe she was like the American ambassador or whatever. She was like ran the American promotions and stuff like that.
You think she should retire?
I think maybe she should, because like why exactly is she doing this? I think she came back specifically not for the money but for legacy. She had more than enough money in the bank. I mean, she wasn't going to win the belt at 135. I think that's why she made the decision to move down to 125, and now she just gets outclassed by Lauren Murphy, who we all saw isn't even close to the level of Valentina Shevchenko at any level.
Yeah, I just
don't think she's going to win the fight.
Jump to retire, though. I mean, it's only 3 fights in. She's been back a year.
Look at. Let me use the example of Ben Askren. Why did Ben Askren come back? He didn't need the money. He came back because he wanted to prove that he was the best in the world. Got that big victory over Robbie Lawler, quote unquote. Very controversial in some people's eyes. And then he got knocked out by Jorge Masvidal, and he said, "Okay, one more chance." Then it didn't work out for him there, and he retired because he knew there wasn't going to be a chance of him winning the title. And I don't think this Tate that showed up last night, I don't think that Tate gets a title shot. I think she gets beat by Kukagian. I think this Tate gets beat by Jessica Andrade.
I think her and Kukagian would be a fun fight to watch. I kind of disagree with the analogy there, but I understand your point.
I just don't think Tate's going to win the belt. I don't think she beats Valentina. And I don't think she's going to get the fight.
Well, I agree, but I also disagree. I think there are plenty of fighters who will never win a belt that can still fight, you know? I mean, look at a guy like Jim Miller. Jim Miller's still around. He's fighting. Do I think, you know, he could beat Charles Oliveira? Well, he actually did. But I mean,
why is Jim Miller fighting?
So
though?
never mind. I mean, come on.
You know, it's different. Why is he fighting? Is he fighting strictly for legacy, or do you think he's fighting because of the paycheck too?
Right, but all I'm saying is, like, you know, if Tate wants to continue to fight, she has every right.
No, I'm not saying she should or needs to or anything like that. And I absolutely saying that, but I'm just saying, like, what's the reason now? Is it legacy? Because I don't think it's going to happen.
Wants to fight. I think that's
pretty
much what
probably,
she said.
Yeah, I think pretty much. You know, she left the UFC initially on really bad terms. She was in a bad relationship. She's been really open about that. And I think just coming back and just healing from that and doing what she loves doing, fighting. I do hear you out on the whole legacy side of things, but I don't think it's legacy anymore. I think she just wants to be here. She wants to do what she loves for a couple more years and then ride off into the sunset in whatever capacity.
Yeah, if that's the case, keep fighting then. Just make sure you're taking good matchups that pay the most money as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I guess maybe...
And... What?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just thinking of matchups for her. That's fine.
Oh, Ann W says, now I really hope they do the Santos rematch. I don't want to see Val fight Murphy or Chikagian again.
I mean, eventually she's going to have to.
Yeah.
She's going to have to fight Murphy or Kukagian again. Kukagian's probably the number one.
You guys do know there's an H there. It's Chikagian.
Whatever.
What do you mean, you guys? I didn't.
You say Kukagian.
No, I didn't.
I don't know why you guys say Kukagian.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I can literally roll back the tape. You said Kukagian just a second ago.
No, I didn't.
Yes, we did. I swear to God, when this live stream is over, I'm going to fucking timestamp
I've
this
always said
and
Caitlin
show you.
Chukagian, and you say Dustin Poirier like every fucking time.
Poirier.
So who do you think you are?
I know exactly who I am. Who are you?
Who are you? Thinking you're better than me? Fuck out of here.
Fucking Chikagian.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
Conor McCager.
You came and say Sumadarji.
Okay, so I mean, then if Tate's not retiring, who do we ever fight up next? Because she did get outclassed there by number 3 in the world, so it's understandable there. It's a very high ranked fighter. What do we do with her next in this flyweight division? Do we kick her down a little bit? Like, do you do like a Macy Barber? Do you do like an Andrea Lee, Jennifer Maia, someone like that?
No, do not give her Macy Barber. Do not give her Casey O'Neill. And do not give her Furiat. Do not give her, I don't know. Jennifer Maia, maybe.
Alexa Grasso?
Oh, God.
Number 5?
That
has to be a great fight,
too, man. That's a tough fight for her, too. Give her like a top 5 or top, within the 10-15 range, maybe like an Erin Blanchfield.
Cynthia Calvillo.
Or Tracy
give her
Cortez.
give her a former strawweight.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll get the strength advantage.
Wow.
Maybe she'll get a grappling advantage there as well.
I think the Casey O'Neill fight wouldn't be bad.
I think Casey O'Neill's injured, though, is she not?
I'm not sure.
I think she got injured. I think she blew out her knee, if I don't.
Someone in the top 15, I guess.
Tracy Cortez.
Yeah.
Tracy Cortez.
Rebos is unranked, so I guess you could do that fight.
Yeah.
It says Rebos is 15 at flyweight.
Yeah, she is.
There's a lot of matchups you could do with Miesha Tate.
yeah,
And
yes,
any
she
single one of those girls are going to say yes because Miesha Tate's such a big name.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's really going to catapult them if they get that victory. So it's going to be very easy for Miesha Tate to get the fight. But is it going to be as easy for Lauren Murphy? What do we do with her next? I mean, do you do a Kukagian rematch? Do you do Santos? Or do they just immediately... I say you do Santos Murphy, and if Santos beats Murphy, then you give her the rematch right away. Because I don't know if the UFC is going to go Santos deserves the rematch immediately.
She made a strong
statement, but I mean, she didn't win and she wasn't the champion before.
So I guess you do Talia, Lauren, and then what's Chukagian doing? Do you want to do Chukagian Andrade?
Devin, was that a split decision win
her
from Santos, or a split decision win in that fight for Shevchenko and Santos?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you're making a pretty clear case that it was a close fight. If one judge had it for Santos, I mean, that's the closest anyone's got to have Valentina Shevchenko in
besides
25
Nunes.
years.
Yeah, besides
besides Amanda Nunes, of course. But like So I don't know. I hear you out. I actually like the Lauren Murphy Santos fight for the #1 contender. I think that would be actually an awesome fight. But I also wouldn't be mad on the other side if the UFC was just like, you know what, immediate rematch, and then Lauren Murphy fights. You know,
I just don't see Chookagian getting. Did you hear that, Caitlin? Chookagian getting a match against Valentina right now because her performances as of recent haven't been the most dominating per se.
Yeah.
So she's still winning. She's
still
on like
she's
a
still,
5-fight win streak.
Yeah,
or some
she's
shit.
still winning. So do you give her the rematch with Valentina, or
that's what I'd rather
see?
see.
Make you fight Jessica, or do they make you fight Talia Chookagian for the #1 contender fight against Valentina? Or what are they
division's
gonna
hard
do?
to tell, man.
I know.
It's hard to call. There's so many matchups.
I like flyweight more than strawweight at this point.
As of right now,
I am
yes.
excited.
Yeah, at this very moment in time, because at least the champion is entertaining. So I would rather do Chookagian, Lauren Murphy, #1 contender, and give Talia Santos the immediate rematch. That's how I do it if I was a UFC, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I think if Santos takes a year, she needs to take 1 year of just doing a few things, improving in a few little spots, change your game plan a little bit. I think she could go in there and really give it to Valentina. So
I will tell you though, there is a contender coming up in the ranks, and she is a phenomenal fighter. So keep your eye out for whatever the fuck her name is. But
Keep her name who?
Furhat.
Manin Furiat.
Yeah.
I believe it's Furiat, but she is absolutely phenomenal. She finishes fights. She does not mess around. She's got a fight with Jessica Andrade September 3rd, too.
Oh, that'll be great.
So tune into that one for sure.
That'll be great. Let's get into church coin picks. I think we both took Tate. I put 1,500 church coin on Tate. Did not work out for me.
Yeah, I put a lot of money on Tate as well. I put 1,700 on Miesha Tate for the win and lost that. And to talk about parlays, I had Ortega, Lemos, and Tate. Lost that Tate fight for 1,500 church coin. So bye-bye.
My parlay was 648 church coin, Ortega, Lemos, Solikov, Jourdain, Tate. It was completely fucked.
all the way through.
Lemos was the only one that hit for me, baby. Let's go. We didn't talk about Cosmo's picks. Cosmo, you had Lemos 500 church coin, 125 church coin gain there. You had Solikov 500 church coin, lost that one. Schnell 200 church coin, gave you a return of 400. Burgos 200, gave you a return of 105. Murphy 100, gave you a return of 145. And your parlay was Ortega, Lemos, Solikov, Burgos for 750. So you had a net gain of 375 church coin. So your new total now, Cosmos, is 7,326 church coin. Remember that, 7,326 church coin. I ended up losing 5,148 church coin from my total of 9,148. So now I have an even total of 4,000 church coin left for these 2 last weeks of the betting.
That is brutal. I lost 50 church coin, so my total goes from 17,797 to 17,747.
Okay.
Big win today.
Rub it in. I'm gonna have to make some moves, man. I'm gonna have to wheel and deal to get myself a little bit closer before the final pay-per-view there.
Just do like a 4,000 or 3,500 parlay.
Parlay, just 7-fight parlay.
That's what I had to do last month. I was like, fuck.
All right. Real quick, I'm going to talk about the chats. Already talked about Chagan. Cosmo said a Giga chat is essentially peak masculinity. Ant W. Schnell versus Cap. Yeah, I like that one. The Kiesa fight does sound quite good for Li Xinglang. And W said Lee versus Holland would be fun, but Lee deserves a fight up in the rankings. Absolutely would 100% agree with that. A lot of people are speculating that Nate Diaz's fight that might be announced soon is Kevin Holland, and that'd be very entertaining if so.
Oh my God. They would just sit there for 5 rounds.
Just talk shit the whole time.
Start to slap.
And slapping each other for 5 straight rounds.
Man, this is fun. Kevin, fight. What are you...
Just getting his ass kicked the whole time, not doing anything.
Talking shit.
Honestly, I'm for it. UFC, do it.
Yeah.
That is the most entertaining fight you'll ever have.
Most certainly.
Let's move on to MMA news. All right. We had a huge announcement on last night's broadcast. UFC has announced that Olivier versus Makhachev for the vacant lightweight title will be at UFC 280 in Abu Dhabi in October. Immediate reaction to this.
Horrible matchup. I don't know why they made this. Stupidest fight ever. Yeah,
Absolutely.
no, I'm pumped for this, man. This is exactly what we all wanted.
I didn't.
Really? What did you want?
What do you think?
Volk?
Well, yeah, but Beneil.
Oh, but
Somebody has to root
Charles?
Somebody has to root for the boy.
Yeah, I get it, but he broke his ankle, and then Islam was still fighting. It's tough to give it to Beneil. That's a tough sale, and everyone really wanted Islam Makhachev to come in here and contend for the belt. I love this matchup. I love the fact that it's in Abu Dhabi. That's Bucco Bucks. This card is going to be absolutely stacked. October 22nd.
Khabib and Hezbollah will be there fighting
Habib,
in the co-main.
Hezbollah will be thrown around the octagon a couple times. Maybe you'll get some free Hezbollah shot out of a T-shirt gun.
Shooting Hezbollah out of a gun?
Yeah.
It'd be fucking awesome. Remember,
great.
they know that scene in Benchwarmers? He's like, man, I want a little man. And he goes, here you go.
Here you go.
Hands over another guy.
I think Mason does know something about benchwarmers, right, Mason?
I do, yes. Yeah, I know a couple things about that. I can tell you the
Say the
inside
line.
details.
Say the line.
You're still fat.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
So mean.
Yep.
So rough.
And I am still
Just
fat.
traumatized.
So shout out to you, David Spade, for ruining my fucking life. No, I'm just joking.
sues him for trauma.
Does Olivier make weight?
Yes. Speaking of weight, does the uncrowned champ make weight? Yeah, no, I think he makes weight. He'll be in Abu Dhabi. They'll probably fly him out 2, maybe 3 weeks early. And he should have plenty of time to make weight. And if not, we got to get him a towel or something.
So he can lean up
so he
against
can
it
lean
like
up or
DC?
push off of it. But can we just get digital scales in the UFC so this shit doesn't
Literally
happen
makes
anymore?
no sense. What is the argument for not having digital scales?
No idea.
They can be hacked, all right. The NSA can go
Yeah.
in there and hack them.
They could be hacked. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But it's just so frustrating. But yeah, I do think he makes weight this time. I definitely do.
Yeah, he needs to, because regardless if he doesn't make weight, he's probably not getting another title shot.
No, if he
They'll
doesn't
make
make
him
weight
fight.
again, yeah.
They'll make him fight. I'm actually a little shocked that they actually went with this matchup, because I thought for sure they were going to try and do something stupid like an Islam or like an Olivier Connor fight or something like that.
Bro, I'm telling you, they're not in a position to do that. If they were to give Conor McGregor an immediate shot at the quote-unquote vacant belt, it would just so delegitimize everything. Because we're kind of past Conor Prime now. It's a different phase in Conor McGregor's career. So if they did that, man, I probably wouldn't even watch the fight. I'm dead serious. I probably wouldn't. Or I just troll it the whole time. Or illegally stream it,
Hey, whoa, YouTubers. Dana, we're joking.
Hypothetically, we're joking, Dana.
Is that a red dot on your forehead?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, fuck.
Sniped.
Yeah, no, dude. So I'm glad they made this fight, though. It's exactly the one I wanted.
I think it's the only fight to make. There's not another matchup that really are shouting out. I mean, you did mention Beneil Dariush, but Islam's been active. Islam showed up to that fight. Beneil didn't. Islam destroyed Bobby Green. The problem is, man, Islam doesn't have a top 5 matchup victory with his name. He's supposed to fight RDA. Didn't fucking
that's
happen.
not his fault.
Supposed to fight Beneil. Didn't fucking happen. It's and now we're finally throwing him up against, a lot of people are saying, one of the greatest lightweights the division has seen in a very long time. Can Makhachev, let's say Oliveira takes Makhachev down, what can Makhachev do off of his back? It's going to be very interesting to see.
Jiu-jitsu.
Well, no shit. But how good is that jiu-jitsu? If Olivier is on top, can Makhachev do anything? I don't think I've ever seen a Dagestani on his back before.
Right. It's a very uncommon thing.
I think it's illegal.
It's like seeing a whale beached. You rarely see it. I don't know, man. I think Charles Oliveira has got what it takes to beat Islam Makhachev. I think Makhachev is a great fighter. He does have better hands than Khabib, but Oliveira is different. He's at a different level right now in this lightweight division where no one can touch him. I mean, the guy gets rocked and he submits the best of the best. He knocks out the best of the best, and it's just absolutely incredible. A Poirier, a Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler. I mean, all these guys, man. He's just wiping the floor with them. And I think Makhachev is going to be a tougher fight for him, but I still think he gets it done, man. I still got Charles Oliveira winning this fight.
I want to see Charles Oliveira go 5 full rounds. I've never seen it. We've seen him go 3 rounds, obviously. But he has yet to, every single time he's been in a 5-round fight, Kevin Lee, the title fights, they've all been finishes, every single one of them. I want to see Oliveira have his cardio tested, because Islam, I don't think Oliveira is going to submit Islam, and I don't think Oliveira is going to knock out Islam. I think this is going to be a grappling matchup over 5 rounds. I think it's going to be a highly contested fight. That wouldn't be shocked if it was a split decision, wouldn't be shocked if it was a controversial decision. I wouldn't be shocked if we see we see a trilogy out of this matchup, because I really do believe that these are the 2 best lightweights in the world right now.
Well, I think Charles Oliveira submits Islam. I think that's the way he wins, and I think that's probably what he'll do.
I think it's going to be decision, and I think it's going to be very tightly contested. I cannot wait to see what happens.
It would be nice to see a 5-round fight, see Charles Oliveira and what he can do, because people brought that up early in his career, that he was a quote-unquote, he quit when the going got tough. But, I have not seen that for many, many, many years. And let's keep in mind, he was very young in his career back then. I think he's a completely different fighter. He's not that same, not that same guy. But we'll see. I'm very excited for the matchup. I was super stoked when they just randomly announced this on a fight night.
Yeah, me as well. Very excited. Let's move on to other MMA news. So this is coming out that Hollywood has come out and said that DC will be starring in an upcoming TV drama based on the movie Warrior.
Is it like a continuation of Warrior? Is it a spinoff of Warrior? What is this?
Probably a spinoff, I would think. Maybe show where it's DC or he's a different fighter or something like that. Maybe they do a tournament. DC needs to work to get into the tournament and then maybe fight in the tournament himself. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'd love to see, can DC act? Because if this is a drama, there's going to be a lot of serious scenes in this.
Oh, DC's acting in this.
DC's starring in this TV drama. He's the main character.
Okay. Well, yeah. That should be interesting. I'm assuming heavyweight division.
Oh, he couldn't even hold into that jacket last night. Of course it's going to be heavyweight, baby.
Well, no one looks good in a mustard jacket. I guess they were geeking out, all excited to be in that jacket. That's got to be absolute bullshit. Those are the ugliest jackets I've ever seen in my life. I don't understand why ABC still has those jackets.
It's like a tradition.
Just mustard, And then one guy was wearing a red, I forget who it was, one of the broadcasters, but he was wearing a red shirt underneath. Looked like Ronald McDonald.
Oh, it was Dean Thomas.
Was it Dean?
Do you remember Dean Thomas?
Yeah. Dean was wearing a red shirt underneath. I'm like, God, ketchup and mustard. Like, it's just, I don't know. It was, I just hate those jackets. I don't know why I'm on that. I don't know why it bugs me so much, but it does.
Are you interested to see DC star in a TV drama?
Yeah, I'll watch it. Yeah, I love DC.
I'm okay.
Did you guys like Warrior in the first place?
Yeah, Warrior's a good film.
Except for the last fight.
Yeah, I think, with like MMA films, it gets a little wonky, kind of the same way with boxing, where like boxing films kind of like
made up an opponent. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't. I thought they were brothers.
They were brothers. In Warrior, they were.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Nonetheless, like I just hope it's grounded, no pun intended.
In reality?
Yeah, and kind of more in reality for MMA. Like, I hate those MMA films where it's like, whoopsh, whoopsh, and, and it's just like, I'd rather not.
Who's the guy that plays the bad guy in the fucking Captain America movies?
GSP.
Which one?
He's like, no, it's not GSP. No, it's the older dude. He's also jacked. He's also like a badass, and he's in all the fucking Captain America movies. I can't remember. He plays the bad guy in Civil War. Gets blown up in the very beginning.
I'm not that much of a Marvel head.
I don't.
Fuck.
I
can't remember the guy's name. I don't remember. Frank Grillo, I think.
Oh, you mean Crossbones?
Crossbones. Frank Grillo. So
Frank Grillo. Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, I can't remember. The name just came to me. So that guy was in a TV show about MMA.
Old guy?
He's old as fuck. He's like 50.
Dude, that's so I was like thinking of a gray-haired old man who's jacked. Like, this anime you're talking about? And I was like, what the?
No, Frank Grillo played in an MMA series, and it was like super serious. And it was a drama, and like they just painted all MMA fighters as like coke heads that are going in there and fucking like snorting coke and like banging 15 hookers a night and being absolutely insane and crazy. I just hope this show is not like that show, because that show, as good as that show was, it was just hard to watch at times. Like, man, not all MMA fighters are crazy, because that show definitely painted them out to be. So it's interesting. I love DC. We'll check it out. He just, if they're doing the lightweight division, maybe they should have casted someone a little bit smaller. But I would bet it would be heavyweight. Cosmos said those jackets were legitimately the worst. Absolutely.
Yeah, I hate them.
Let's move on to other MMA news, and this has to pertain to our preview show we're about to start. Darren Till is out of UFC London. We have not talked about that yet. This happened, about a week and a half ago?
Yeah, pulled out due to an undisclosed injury yet again. Unfortunately, he has been, he's got a checkered past with injuries.
Dude, he's been pulling out of like every fight.
It sucks.
Pulled out of his last like 4 of them. And then they finally remade a couple of them, and he did fight, but yeah, I mean, what's going on with Till?
Bobby Knuckles?
No, he fought Brunson.
Did he?
That was his last fight, I'm pretty sure. Or was it Jack or Manson?
I thought it was... No, he was supposed to fight Jack or Manson. I thought his last fight, I remember him fighting, was Bobby Knuckles.
No, he did fight Bobby Knuckles, but he lost. I'm pretty sure it was Brunson.
I got it right here. It was Derek Brunson, September 4th, 2021. And then the fight before that was Whitaker. July 2020.
Yeah. So, I mean, and he was supposed to fight a bunch of guys. He was supposed to fight Marvin Vettori. He was supposed to fight Hermanson. And now he's supposed to fight Uriah Hall, correct?
Yeah.
And he just pulled out of that one. So, super unfortunate for that. UFC London did lose his co-main event of the evening. But we will get a new one. And, yeah, it just sucks. Darren Till versus who next?
I don't know.
Chris Weidman.
Who knows?
Chris Weidman.
Anderson Silva.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. You could do it. Anderson could win. Truly.
They should do Jake Paul, Anderson Silva.
Darren Till versus the winner of Paula Acosta and Luke Rockhold. There you go.
Okay.
I guess. Or loser. I mean, he hasn't fought. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Either way.
Moving on to the preview show.
Very highly anticipated matchups on this UFC London 2. So the first UFC London was popping, and it was so incredible. And the crowd was so hyped, and it was such great energy and vibes. Dana White said, I have to come back. And what, like not even 6 months later, he's back? Like 3 or 4 months later, he's like, let's fucking do it.
Talking
London
about
once again.
Utah, Seattle, all these places. He's like, no, let's go back to London. It's like, okay, Dana, that's cool.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I think that card was like in what, March? Was that London
Something
card
like
in
that,
March?
yeah.
And now we're already back in August or in.
I think it was February or early February.
Might have been February. Yeah, it was early this year. But I mean, nonetheless, we're back already in July. Absolutely incredible, and a really good card. Even with the co-main falling out last week. Still a really, really good card. Do you want to start at the top? Curtis Blades versus Tom Aspinall?
Absolutely, main event of the evening. Curtis Blades coming in at a plus 115 to a minus 135, and Tom Aspinall. Immediate reaction to this line.
First and foremost, we called this fight. This is the fight that we wanted to make happen in this heavyweight division, so I'm very happy that it was getting done. And I do agree with this line. I would give Aspinall the slight favorability here. I do like Curtis on the plus side here. However, Tom Aspinall's got a lot of things going for him. Obviously, going to be fighting at home, and that's a huge thing. Even with the travel and everything. Curtis Blades, though, you cannot sleep on this guy. He's got tremendous wrestling and can also put out the best of the best. Is only been knocked out by Ngannou 2 times, unfortunately, but. It sucks for him.
And JDS knocked him out, right?
Oh, JDS knocked him out, yeah.
Oh, no, he knocked out JDS.
No, someone knocked... Yeah, you're right. But someone else clipped Blades. I forget who it is.
Derek Lewis.
It was Derek.
Derek Lewis put him out with the uppercut of all fucking uppercuts.
And his coaches were like, come on, Derek, was that unnecessary?
Yes.
That sounded like that guy from South Park. It's not necessary.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Aspinall on the ground is absolutely phenomenal. He's got great submissions, but you counter that with Curtis Blades wrestling. I'm very interested to see this matchup. I think the line is very tight, as it should be. So yeah, I don't know here. I am going to go with Tom Aspinall, though, probably, just because he's at his hometown. He's the main event. This is a big show for him. He's a young guy as well. So I'm going to put 500 on Aspinall for the win here. Tabor, how are you breaking this one down?
It's very interesting because I don't know if Tom Aspinall has the ground game off his back to get back up if Curtis Blaydes puts him down. Is Curtis Blaydes going to be too heavy on top? Can Tom Aspinall get back up to his feet? Does Tom Aspinall have a submission game from his back? How good are his guillotines? How good are his attacks? How good are his arm bars? Apparently, Tom Aspinall has been training jiu-jitsu since he was like 8 years old. 7 years old, so he's a multi-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I'm very interested to see how good his ground game is on his back. Is that black belt going to come in handy when Curtis Blaydes is on top, raining massive shots down on him? Does Curtis Blaydes even need to take it down to the ground? Does he know how good Tom Aspinall's Jiu-Jitsu? Can Curtis Blaydes get outstrike Tom Aspinall? It's very interesting because I think these two men are very well matched up.
Yeah, well, I definitely think Curtis Blaydes needs to get it down to the ground. I think Aspinall outstrikes him. You know, Curtis Blaydes has got a lot of power, but I think the speed advantage definitely is on the side of Aspinall here. So I think Curtis Blaydes' road to victory is wrestling, implementing that ground game.
How do we feel about cardio?
Well, I mean, we've seen Curtis Blaydes go pretty deep. I can't really recall Aspinall going 5 rounds at any point in his career. So that is an interesting kind of thing to throw in here. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think Curtis Blaydes has the cardio to last all 5 rounds, but I'm telling you, he's going to be breathing real fucking heavy in those 4th and 5ths. I think both these men are going to want to get a finish early.
Oh, absolutely.
I think Tom Aspinall probably has the more weapons. I think he's going to be more, he's going to have the length advantage on the feet. He's going to be more dangerous on the feet. I think he's going to be more dangerous on the ground, especially if he ends up being on top of Curtis Blaydes. I mean, Tom Aspinall has so many weapons. He has so many submission skills. This is a very dangerous fight for Curtis Blaydes, and I have to agree with you. I'll agree with this line. It's a very contested matchup. I do think Tom Aspinall should be the slight favorite. I think Tom Aspinall is going to knock Curtis out.
Yeah, well,
I think he's going to knock him out on the feet.
Here's the thing too, and I'm just looking at Tom Aspinall's record. Very interesting. He has not even gotten out of the second round. Every single fight has finished for him in the first round, outside of the Arlovsky fight, which he submitted him in the first minute of round 2. So I mean, the guy hasn't gotten out of the second round in his
5-0 in the
career.
UFC. 12
Yeah.
and he's really 12-1-1, but they DQ'd him for an illegal downward elbow.
Right.
Bullshit.
Yeah, kind of the whole John Jones thing.
Yeah, so.
But, I mean, Curtis Blaydes has gone the distance before, but, dude, the fact that Aspinall has never gone outside of the second round and not even deep in the second round is a little concerning. However, it is what it is on that side. We will see how his cardio holds out. But I do agree with you, Tabor. I do believe Tom Aspinall is looking for a finish, and he's going to look for one early.
Mm-hmm. I think he's going to get a knockout. I think he's going to want to avoid the ground with Curtis Blaydes because I think Tom Aspinall doesn't want to be on his back.
No.
But if he does end up on the ground and Tom Aspinall can have a crazy scramble and end up on top, I think Tom Aspinall has every weapon to submit Curtis Blaydes as well. So I think it's going to be Tom Aspinall by finish. So I'm going to put 500 church coin on Tom Aspinall as well, just like you did, Mason. My prop bet, I'm going back and forth between sub and KO. I think KO is going to be a little more moolah. I think it's going to be a better line, so I'm going to go with KO 250 church coin.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to put 500 on Aspinall and 150 on the KO TKO.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see this main event. I don't know if it's going to go all 5 rounds. I think both men are going to be looking for a finish, and if neither man can finish each other, it's going to be a slobber knocker till the 5th, man. And both these men are going to be exhausted in the 4th, 5th, and I'm very excited to see what happens here. So can't wait for that. Asterisk that one, guys. Cosmo, I saw your chat. You're putting 500 on Aspinall as well. What is your prop bet, my man? You go ahead and throw that down in the chats, and we will announce it. So let's move on to the co-main event of the evening. Jack Hermanson, Chris Curtis. Jack Hermanson coming at a plus 100 to a minus 120 Chris Curtis. This is a very easy one for me. I think Jack Hermanson is going to dominate Chris Curtis on the ground. I'm actually shocked that he's the even dog here. Must be a very tight contested fight. I just don't think Jack Hermanson wants to fuck around on the feet no more. He's so much better on the ground. He's got such fantastic wrestling and jiu-jitsu than most of these guys. I think Jack Hermanson is just going to start chaining takedowns and take Chris Curtis down. I'm going Jack Hermanson 100 church coin.
All right. Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that assessment. I think Jack has got to implement his ground game and stop trying to stand and bang with these guys on the feet. Do what you do best, Jack, and that's, working the ground game and submitting guys. But I'm not taking anything away from Chris Curtis here. He is on a hell of a skid in the UFC, or excuse me, hell of a win streak in the UFC, beating guys, knocking guys out like Brendan Allen, Phil Hawes. I mean, that was an impressive knockout in the first round. And then he just fought, June 25th against Rodolfo Vieira and beat him via decision. I really do like this matchup, all things considering him stepping in on short notice. This is a short notice. Yeah. So, but I like Jack here. So I am going to place a bet on Jack.
This is a tough fight for Jack, especially on short notice.
Yeah.
I mean, he can get knocked the fuck out. I think he's going to have to start chaining takedowns immediately. Let's see what Chris Curtis can do from his back.
Chris has got a lot of power, folks.
Yeah.
A lot of power. Could knock out Jack in the first round. No doubt about it. But I am going to go Jack here on the chance that he can take it to the ground and get a submission here. 500 church coin on Jack for the win.
All right, let's move on to the next matchup. Paddy the Batty Plimlet at a -260 to a +210. Jordan Levitt. It doesn't seem like this is the biggest step up in competition for Paddy. I think a lot of people were calling for that Tapora fight. They had that altercation in the hotel lobby in that last UFC London event. I think the hype was there. The shit talk was there. The Twitter beef was there. I think the numbers would have been there as well. I'm a little shocked they went with Jordan Levitt, who's kind of a quiet guy, doesn't really talk shit much at all, and is really an unknown guy in this featherweight division. I mean, us hardcores know him, but I think if you walked up to any casual, most casuals are going to know who Paddy Plimlet is, but they're not going to know who Jordan Levitt is.
No, I love Jordan Levitt. He is the most eccentric fighter in the UFC. This man will twerk on you if he beats you. It's absolutely hilarious. I love this guy. This is an interesting matchup too, and I do agree with you. Jordan Levitt, we know who he is. We like to watch him fight. But, for Paddy, I think he's really slow playing it. He's kind of taking the Sean O'Malley approach here. And getting a few wins under his belt before, he really steps up in competition. And I'm actually okay with that. But Jordan Levitt, let's not sleep on this guy. He's 10-1, and he's an absolutely phenomenal fighter. He's got a pace for days. The cardio is there for this guy. He does not get tired. Mm-hmm. That's something that I'm very curious to see. If Paddy cannot finish his fight early, how is he going to go, deeper into that third round? How he's going to look?
And Levitt can match Paddy on the ground with their jiu-jitsu. Both these men have fantastic jiu-jitsu, and it's going to be a fucking grappling battle if it goes down to the ground. So I'm very excited to see that if that happens. But on the feet, I think a lot of people are going to get Paddy Plimlet the edge.
Yeah, definitely. No, Jordan Levitt is struggled even with lower competition on the feet. He's much better on the ground. His jiu-jitsu is much better. I like Paddy Pimlet here. It sucks because Jordan Levitt was my Who the Fuck Is It That Guy award for this last year. So it kind of sucks to do this, but I am going to go with Paddy here at a -260 favorite. I'm going to put 260 church coin on Paddy Pimlet for the win.
I'm going with Paddy the Fatty as well. I think he's going to absolutely dominate on the feet, and I think Levitt's going to be chaining takedown attempts. I think Paddy, if it does go down to the ground, he could also get a submission. I think he's going to end up back on his feet. It's going to be a very exciting matchup. I wouldn't be shocked if Paddy gets caught. He leaves his chin out there. He leaves his hands down, and it could be a fucking war asterisk fight, guys. They're setting Paddy up for a knockout KO victory, and I think it's going to come. I think Paddy the Fatty is going to get a first-round KO here, and then he's going to go eat pizza and fish and chips and every other thing under the sun. He's going to balloon up to 350 pounds. Dude, he fucking loves fish and chips. You kidding me? Can you name a Brit that doesn't?
Yeah.
Okay. Do it.
My teacher. Old teacher.
Okay. Paddy the Batty, first round KO.
Yeah.
Jordan Levitt. I'm going 100 church coin, 250 church coin on Paddy the Batty.
Yeah, I definitely like Paddy here in this matchup. I definitely think he'll do more on the feet and could get a finish here.
All right, what's your church coin?
I put 260 on Paddy Pimlet for the win.
Okay. Let's move on to the next matchup, Nikki Krylov and Alexander Gustafsson. Krylov coming in at -200 to a +170. Alexander Gustafsson. This is Alexander's first fight in a year and a half?
Since 2020 in the Verisium Verdum fight.
Yeah, heavyweight. Remember, I remember he came back, tried a heavyweight run, did not work out for him there.
No, it did not. Did not go his way in that heavyweight matchup, but now he is back down to light heavyweight. And this is not an easy fight for him to come back and take Nikita Krylov. This is a very tough fight. Nikita coming off that loss to Paul Craig, though, via submission in the first round.
Yeah, last UFC London, correct?
Yeah, yep. And then losing to Magomed Ankalaev in 2021. So Nikita is on a bit of a skid here. I keep going back and forth. I really want to see what kind of Alexander is going to show up in this matchup. I do like Alexander, though. I like the plus value here at a plus 170. It's so hard for me not to pick this guy. This is the guy that almost beat John Jones the first time when John was coked up. So I'm going to go with Gustafsson here. I'm going to put 800 church coin on him for the win. I think he can get it done. Nikita Krylov's great on the ground, but I think Alexander can match that. And stylistically on the feet, I think this is a good matchup for Gustafsson as well. For that reason, I like him all day. 800 church coin on Gustafsson for the win.
I really want to put more church coin down on this fight, but I don't see Alexander Gustafsson getting the victory. I saw what Alexander Gustafsson did against John Jones. I saw what Alexander Gustafsson did against who beat him? Anthony Smith. I saw what Alexander Gustafsson did against Fabricio Verdum. I think the man is just a little bit past his prime. I don't think he's going to be on the level of Krylov. I think Krylov's going to take Gustafsson down. I think Krylov's going to submit him. I think Krylov's a big heavy favorite here at a minus 200, 2-1 favorite for a reason. So I'm going to take Krylov. I think Gustafsson, I just don't think he's a top elite level fighter anymore, and Krylov might prove just a little bit too much for him. So I don't think this light heavyweight matchup really works out in Alexander Gustafsson's favor. So I'm going to take Krylov. I'm going to do 250 church coin on Krylov for the victory.
Yeah, and you do make a good point with Gustafsson. It's been a little spotty right now in his career. He is 35 years old, but I think he's at that age where it's like this is the last kind of run that he's really going to make to see whether or not he can come back and truly be that fighter that we saw of old. Interesting matchup. Excited for this one, so it is what it is.
I'm more excited for this one. Let's move on to the next matchup. Molly Mccann versus Hannah Goldie. Molly Mccann coming at a minus 400 to a plus 310. Hannah Goldie. I think Mccann goes in there and completely outstrikes Hannah Goldie. I think Hannah Goldie's only route to victory is she needs to take her down, put her down on their back, and get a submission maybe. But Molly Mccann is going to stay on the feet. I think her takedown defense is going to be too much for Hannah. I think Mccann gets another fantastic KO on the night. The Brits are going to be freaking out in the arena. Remember that last KO she had?
Yeah.
How vicious that shit was. One of the most vicious KOs I've ever seen in the flyweight division, I believe.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that was against Carolina, too.
Scary.
God damn, that was a crazy knockout. And they're setting her up very favorably here, Meatball Molly Mccann. I definitely like her in this matchup. I think this is a matchup that they gave her intentionally for her to get a win in London. This is Molly all day. She's probably going to get a finish in this fight as well. So
hopefully she's not as cringe. Sorry to interrupt.
Not as cringe?
Remember her victory celebration?
Oh, yeah,
she got that fake belt. It's like, hey,
yeah,
you're not
the fake belt. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was rough. Yikes. But yeah, no, I'm definitely going Molly Mccann here. 400 church coin for the win.
All right.
For the win.
All right. Restream is reloading right now, so we should be back up in just a few minutes. But until then, let's just finish out the episode, and I'll fix the live stream at the end. I'll just re-upload it or something on YouTube. So
it looks like we're back up.
Yeah, we should be back up by now. Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties there, but we are back and running. We both took Paul Craig in that matchup, 250 for me. You're putting 600 church coin on him, Mason. Let's talk about parlays. I am going to do something crazy. Fuck it. I'm going to do a 6-fight parlay here, guys. Follow along with me. Tom Aspinall, Jack Hermanson, Patty Plimlett, Nikita Krylov, Molly Mccann, Paul Craig.
Wow.
A lot of them are favorites. Almost all of them are favorites other than Jack Hermanson and Paul Craig. What kind of return would that be, you think? Think that'd be big?
Yeah, it'd be as big as my 6-fight parlay that I hit, so quite a bit. Even with heavy favorites here, because Aspinall's close. Hermanson is actually a plus. Yeah, so it would be decent. It'd be a decent return, especially if Craig hit as well, because he's a plus too. So.
Okay, so church coin value on that, I'm going to go all in.
Wow.
Everything left.
That's crazy. Alrighty. Well, for me, I am not doing a 6-fight parlay. However, I am doing a 5-fight parlay. I'm going to go Craig, McCann, Pimblett, Hermanson, and Aspinall for, let's see, 500 church coin. That's what I'm going to do on that one, on that bad boy. So 500 church coin in that parlay. I'm going to go big for this parlay this week. I'm really confident in McCann, Pimblett. I like Hermanson in that matchup. I really like Aspinall, and I like Paul Craig. I think all 5 of them are going to hit. That's a huge parlay if it pays out. So 500 church coin on that. So, Tabor, you're putting, 3,000 church coin on that?
Something about that. It's around 2,500 or whatever I have left.
Yeah. Wow, okay.
Yeah, so I need to, because if that's like my only chance. I only have 4,000 church coin.
I kind of hope you don't hit that parlay. Because, wow.
If I hit it, it's over, isn't it? It'll be like a $30,000 cash out payment or something like that.
It'll be a huge parlay.
MMA gods, I'm praying up to you. Please make this parlay happen to me so I can be 3-time defending, back-to-back-to-back defending champion.
2-time defending.
Whatever.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Well, it will be 3-time. So Cosmo, do we have all his picks yet? Do we have all of Cosmo's picks?
We sure do.
I'm going to read them off right now then. Oh, thank you so much for putting these down for us, Devin. Aspinall, 500. Hermanson, 300. 600. I'm guessing that's Patty.
No, he went with Levitt on that.
600 on Levitt? Holy shit, Cosmo. Ballsy. Thought you'd go with the Brit there. Traitor. 600 Gustafson. Goldie, 230. Craig, 200. You're just getting crazy with that Goldie pick, my guy. McCann's knocking her the fuck out. Craig, 200 church coin. Prop bet, sub, Aspinall, 500. What is your parlay, my guy? Let us know right now what your parlay is. Oh, he's got it in the chats already. We have Aspinall, Jack Hermanson, Jordan Levitt, McCann for the parlay, all in on the parlay as well. Whew.
Wow.
Fucking going crazy this week. I love it.
Wow, he put Jordan Levitt in that parlay, too.
Dude,
that's wild.
Huge.
If he hits that one, that's a huge parlay.
Oh, and I would bust mine. Essentially, I'd be done for the year. I mean, for the series. Yeah, that'd be intense. Hopefully you hit that, Cosmo. I'd love to see you get that belt, baby. Let's fucking go. Collude against Mason here. I'll give you the rest of my church coin if it happens. Why not? Figure it all out. I'll transfer to you like crypto. It'll be a lot of fun. Guys, we will be doing a fight companion this weekend. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be here for this one.
Pretty sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Doesn't sound too confident.
I know. I'm just indecisive as fuck.
See there, yes or no?
Hey guys, we're doing a fight companion. Might not be here, but we're gonna do a fight companion.
I'll be here. Fuck it, I'll be here.
Fuck it. Yeah. Okay.
I'll be here for that. Early one, right? Main card's at 11.
Early. Main card is at 11. I haven't even peeked at the prelims of this card too. I wonder
Quick
how
picks?
the prelims are. Yeah, let's do quick picks.
All right, I got it right here. Quick pick. Claudio Silva, Nicholas Dalby. Dalby as well. Mandy Baum, Victoria Laredo.
Give me Baum there.
Baum's the one with the gauges, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going Baum. Jai Herbert, Kyle Nelson.
Jai Herbert
got knocked the fuck out last time he was in London. I'm going Kyle Nelson. Mohamed Mohakev, whatever the fuck. I know who this is. Makayev. Charles Johnson Makayev. The guy's a fucking savage.
Mohamed Makayev.
Yeah. Makwan Americani, Jonathan Pierce.
Give me Pierce.
I'm going Americani. Nathaniel Wood, Charles Rosa.
Oh, that's tough.
I'm going Nathaniel Wood. He's a heavy favorite, too, at a minus 490.
Yeah, give me Nathaniel Wood.
Mark Daisuke, Damir Hadzovic.
Give me Daisuke.
I'll go with Daisuke as well. Yeah.
Doesn't that mean I love
Quick
you
picks.
in Japanese?
Daisuke?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't speak Japanese.
Let me look it up.
I can speak English. We're in America.
There's a lot of languages here in the melting pot. But okay.
Cosmo, I'll start secretly mining church coin on a Chinese server.
Can you tell him to send his parlays or parlay over again? My thing got deleted.
Yeah, it's Aspinall, Hermanson, Levitt, and Mccann, all in. Aspinall, Hermanson, Levitt, McCann, all in. Shout out to you, Cosmo. Thank you for sticking around this long on this stream. Thank you for letting us know the stream was all fucked up as well. Very unfortunate there that we had that crash there, guys. But I will be re-uploading this once we're done, once we're off live, if the playback sucks. Another one, Fight Companion. Cosmo said that's Daisuke, not Daisuke. I don't know. I can't fucking read, dude. Cosmo, you can talk to Devin over Discord about that.
Wait, did he say Aspinall, Hermanson, Levitt, and McCann? Even though he picked Goldie?
Yeah.
The fuck?
He's hedging.
He's hedging. He's going hard. And he went all in, too, so it is what it is. Okay. Guys, we do have a podcast, second service exclusive podcast. It is over on our Patreon. $5 a month gives you exclusive content like that. $10 a month gets you into the church win betting competition. Bet alongside of us for the belt like Cosmo is doing right now. Cosmo, you're coming in hot this week. Very excited to see if you could do something crazy with your parlay and your crazy wild picks. Very excited there. Go get some Teespring church merch, guys. Different apparels, different designs. They all mix and match. They're all very cool. All of that money goes back into the show as well. Thank you once again to everybody that showed up here today. Appreciate the fuck out of each and every single one of you. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you go like the video, subscribe down below to the channel, and hit us up on our social media accounts, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at The Church of MMA.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and listening to The Church of MMA podcast. My name is Mason Knight. That is Tabor Cragen. Devin Davis on the ones and twos. And until next time.